I didn't realize going into today that in addition to Cave Story, I chose to review Gang Garrison 2, a game that features the protagonist of Cave Story as a mystery character. I could pretend I meant for it to happen, but it was completely by accident. I just couldn't put off reviewing it any longer, as Cave Story was one of the first games I thought of when I was planning out free-to-play week. I love this game. Cave Story is indeed a freeware title, but it has more effort and thought put into it than the majority of shovelware that's consistently overpriced and flooding the digital download market. The story has a lot of heft to it, instantly introducing you to a race of anthropomorphic rabbits who have quite a massive backstory that organically unfolds over the course of the game. Cave Story starts off with quite a light tone, but the further you get into the title, the more you realize it has a complex and quite serious storyline. The majority of characters may be adorable, but this game isn't all fluffy bunnies and pink bows. Cave Story is just a well-made game. I love it because it's retro but won't feel like any other game you've played in the past, even though it contains a Frankenstein-esque heart comprised of stitched-together attributes from a variety of long-standing classics. Studio Pixel created a game that acts as a time machine, taking us back to years populated with Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Link to the Past, Castlevania, Metroid, etc. It's quite hard to call to that time in gaming history and not fall into a specific style on a road well worn, but Cave Story paves its own path. You'll find various weapons to assist in the overall takedown of the main antagonist, the Doctor, and much like in Blaster Master, you'll gather shards from downed enemies and progressively level up your equipped weapon. By taking damage, your weapons can actually level down, reducing the firepower significantly. You'll also come across power-ups that expand your health bar and the amount of ammo you can hold. This game is a 2D platformer with lots of out-of-the-way places to explore, so you'll spend a good amount of time playing the minigame of, how do I get on that ledge? This game isn't terribly long, maybe around 5 hours for a full playthrough, but Cave Story offers multiple endings, some of which are painfully difficult to achieve. The branching is quite surprising and gloriously well done, especially with a game that was created with a certain time period in mind. In a gaming industry filled to the brim with remakes, demakes, and reboots, which isn't always bad, it's so incredibly refreshing to come across a title like Cave Story. So if you can't tell, I seriously love this game. I really do. I'm not lying to you. It's become one of the most popular freeware titles you can get your hands on for very obvious reasons. It's well made in so many aspects. Modern adaptations of classic titles like Mega Man, Super Mario Bros., and Castlevania are quite fun, but I think that Cave Story is heads and tails above those GBA sequels. It's an original story, something thoughtful and executed with massive amounts of heart. You can tell this title was made by someone who loves games because it takes the best parts of a lot of classic titles and mashes them together while still maintaining a unique voice. Cave Story has already seen a direct port to the Wii's Virtual Console for the price of $15 and via DSiWare for $10. In November of 2011, Cave Story 3D will be released for the 3DS with loads of new graphics, one extra dimension, but the same storyline and characters. There are thousands of freeware titles out on the internet to find, some more inappropriate than others, but I'm trying to bring you what I consider to be the best and most entertaining of the bunch. Obviously, free doesn't always mean it's something you should put your time into. Luckily, Cave Story blows what you would expect out of a freeware game out of the water. It will redefine independent gaming for you and may give you cause to revisit past titles with a more discerning eye. You can download Cave Story from cavestory.org and be sure to pick up a translation patch if Japanese isn't your first language. It's fairly simple and there are quite a few language packages available, so pick your favorite one and go to town. Cave Story will spoil you rotten, but it's something every gamer deserves to experience.